JJ Solomon.
This Corey Bradshaw, Mr. RTBA, Mr. These boys can't touch me on my worst day. This is the Spit Bucket Podcast.
It's your boy, Mr. RTBA, Mr. 214, Senor Dos, Uno Cuatro, Senor Dos, Catorce, Mr. Undeniable, Mr. These boys can't touch me. On my worst day, right here with my dog, my partner in crime, my brother from another, Mr. JJ Solomon. What's popping, my guy? And everybody, this is the Spit Bucket Podcast, episode number 70. What's good, Jay?
70. Can you say that? 70, bro. Yeah. Happy Sunday. Happy late 4th of July. I hope everybody had a wonderful Independence Day, celebrating their freedom, getting time with their families, relaxing, day off from work, all that good stuff, bro. How you doing, dog?
Oh, man, doing great, bro. Just happy to wake up, see another day, see my wife, see my kids, talk to the people I'm close to. You understand me? Every day we wake up, get to see the stars at night are big and bright in the sky. It's a blessing. So salute to everybody around here from the 214 to across the pond. Happy late 4th of July. Salute to all the men and women who serve this great country. We respect y'all to the fullest. And we represent that red, white, and blue. Do you understand me?
Oh, I hear you, dog. I hear you, bro. Before we go forward, let's just remind everybody, as you see on here, be sure you're following us on all the platforms, Twitter or X, Facebook. We got a massive group, 33,000 people on there. Check it out on IG, TikTok, all of that stuff. Also, Corey, I'm going to use this time just to announce we really been going to be putting into work. We really want to see these things start coming up and doing bigger numbers. We've got, we just had, who we have on last? Oh, yeah, Coach Brian Norman Sr., we had Brian Norman Jr. on. We've got B-Hop later this month. This week, we've got Kid Austin scheduled, so don't forget to tune in on Tuesday. We got the Quote on Thursday. So you guys do some subscribing, do some liking, do some sharing, show some support to the channel. We don't always ask for support. We're not even asking for money. We're just asking for y'all to share. The money would be nice. Anything to help us out, we sure would appreciate it. But Corey, busy ass weekend of fights, dog. Like I literally just finished because we had a fight in Japan this morning. So like a lot to cover. We're gonna try to be respectful of everybody's time, but we want to be sure we hit everything, dog. Do you want to just start from the top? Do you want to talk?
Let's start from the top, bro. We got to talk about that.
Okay, all right. So we'll get to everybody on the undercards. We'll get to all of the fights. We'll try to cover all of the fights that were buzz makers, but let's just lead with the one that probably had the most buzz going into it. And obviously that was three-time champ, 3-division champ, 21-0, now 22-0, Shakur Stevenson coming in against Artem. And bro, I know you're not the best with names and I'm not, but this one's a tough one. Harutyunyan. I always try to get that one right. Artem coming off of a close fight, a close, hard fight with Frank Martin. Shakur coming off the abysmal performance of his career. Pretty much, probably the worst boxing fight I've ever seen in my life. I'm a big Shakur fan, but injury or not, coming off of a highly criticized performance where he dominated against Edwin De Los Santos. But Corey, we saw another unanimous decision. We saw Shakur not lose any rounds, a round maybe, 2 rounds maybe. Another dominating performance on the scorecards. But a lot of people on the social medias, they still got that bad taste in their mouth with Shakur Stevenson. Talk to me, Corey. Talk to me, IOTBA.
First off, I want to say shout out to Shakur Stevenson, right? Shout out to him.
Let's do it.
I got to clap my hand, stomp my feet, and shout for joy. JJ, shout out to him. He heard us critics asking him, Shakur, what is you going to do? We need you to come in here and show us that you really just not a guy who move around the ring. JJ, can you please put them numbers up for me, please?
Okay, all right. We're going straight to the CompuBox punch stats. Total
Man,
landing.
look at this, JJ. This is what's much appreciated about Shakur Stevenson, right? In that last fight, everybody from the 214 to across the pond, we all say you stinked it out. You did terrible. Like we want to see a guy who come in there and enforce his abilities with the abilities that we see in him, right, JJ? This guy threw he landed 170 punches. You hear me? He threw 446 punches, JJ. He showed from the beginning of the fight to the end of the fight that he was in there really trying to knock this guy head off and win the fight. At a moment and point in that fight, Artem was almost out of there, right? But salute to Artem. This is just a walk in the park, guys. Like, this is a former bronze medalist, right? So, JJ, when I tell you last night, Shakur answered every single answer that I wanted him to answer in that last fight, JJ. I'm so excited about this Shakur right here that I'm saying. This Shakur that be like, screw you. Forget all the fancy movement. I'm finna put my guard up and I'm finna walk you down. And not only am I gonna walk you down and throw almost 500 punches in that fight, JJ, landing 170. And this is what people got to give Shakur credit at. He took away from his offense, right? Of being the numbers and the percentage being great, because he could easily do that against a guy like Artem. This guy landed 38% of his punches. And you know why he landed 38% of his punches, JJ? Because he was walking him down and trying to dog him out. And he was showing everybody around the world who's saying what he ain't what we thought he was. And we need to see this, JJ. Check mark. Shakur, wow. Outstanding performance.
I am shocked. I'm shocked to hear this from you. I really am, because you didn't give me no hint about how you felt when we were texting back and forth last night. I know it was late. I know we were sleepy, but I wasn't prepared for this. I wasn't prepared for you to hand Shakur his flowers, so I was coming ready with some argument. Now look, I get what everybody's saying, and because still to this day, today, after how many rounds has Shakur Stevenson lost in the last two fights against names, bro? Say what you want about Artem. He was giving Frank hell that first half of the fight. And then Frank started to run away with it. A lot of people had Artem winning that fight. And then Edwin De Los Santos is no cherry pick either. Edwin De Los Santos is the top lightweight in the loaded division. So it's not fun to watch. But I made the comparison last night. And you tell me, Corey, Baltimore Ravens from the year 2000. If y'all are too young, go ask your daddy, go ask an uncle, go ask somebody who was watching football back then. But the most dominant defense in our lifetime, probably in the entire in history of the NFL. But it wasn't fun to watch. It wasn't fun to watch because they weren't lighting up the scoreboards. I'm saying for the casual fan.
No. Let me say this, JJ. Listen, it was so fun for me to watch. I know you're talking about the Baltimore Ravens. JJ, with Shakur just going full fledged, the guy still only just landed 18% of his punches, Jay.
Oh, wrong one. Yeah. That's bananas, dog. Like, nobody can, you can't hit him. So it presents and Shakur wasn't running. Shout out to Mark Nash. Shakur stood in the pocket. That's what everybody wanted to see. What up? It was a clinic. And yeah, it was a clinic, but people still have. They were saying they were leaving in the 11th. Fans were leaving in the 11th round. I don't see that big a deal.
Who cares?
You trying to beat traffic. Shakur was going to win unanimously. Like, nobody was looking for a knockout in the 11th round. I don't care too much about that. What you got to ask yourself is, who can beat Shakur Stevenson? Who can beat Shakur Stevenson? With that defense, He can't get hit. The big question is what happens if or when Tank Davis
I
gets
seen
hit.
him getting hit last night though. I don't know, man. I look. This is the thing right here with me. I could see now in Shakur. I could really see why you say screw the fans now.
Mm-hmm.
I really can't because you can't win for lose with these rotten fans out here, JJ. These rotten fans who only sit at home on their couch eating their Popeyes chicken, and drinking Miller Lights, watching the fight. These ain't guys who been out here and watched these fighters put in work in the gyms, go to these fights, interview these fighters, and just know the blood, sweat, and tears that these guys put in, to this sport, where you have to do that if you want to be great. I truly see now why Shakur say screw the fans. Because JJ, what he did last night was not boring to me. I don't get people. What he did last night to me was exactly what I wanted to see Shakur do. And he answered every single question that I wanted. Now, JJ, you're going to hear these casual ass fans who don't know nothing, not a titi, Nathaniel about boxing say, who is Artem? Well, who are you? You just a mother shut your mouth who sit at your house, eat your popcorns and your jujus and wham whams, and when boxing come on, you open your eyes and you watch then, right? Who are you? If you not respecting the sport of boxing, bro. Like, what else can Shakur do to please you bastards out there? What else can he do?
Dog, what I really hate, dog, is they want him to be Tank. I don't get it. Like Tank has a gift that is God given. But so does Shakur. But they're completely different styles. Yes, Tank will light you up with one shot, fight over, good night. But what about rounds 1 through 4, 1 through 5, 1 through 6, where it's boring and he's not active and he's getting touched and he's just, yeah, he's collecting data. But what? Second question I was going to bring up to you that I threw this out on Twitter yesterday. Is there a double standard or unfair expectations? Follow me here. Frank Martin beat Artem in a very close fight. Some people picked that same Frank to beat Tank Davis. Nobody was picking Artem to beat Shakur, but people were saying Shakur had to knock him out, or else it wasn't. Is that not fair? Why didn't
It's not fair.
people were picking Frank Martin to win? And the same guy that Frank had a hard time with, Shakur has to knock him out. Shakur's not a knockout artist. He's 22-0 with 10 knockouts. It's a crazy double standard for me. I get the entertainment. I get it. I'm talking about for your casual fan base. If you're inviting homies who don't watch boxing to the fight, and you say, "Trust me, this was a clinic," they're gonna say, "Well, it was kind of boring." I get it, dog. But ask yourself, who can beat Shakur with that style? And it's a tough ass. I don't know how many people you can list. Tank, if he lands a shot.
But I don't get how even a casual fan could say that was boring because at the end of the day, Shakur was through almost 500 punches. Autumn threw almost 430 punches. And Autumn was really trying to fight, and he was in that fight to win. Shakur was just better. And Shakur went out of his element. Like everybody say, and JJ, like you just stated, we all been knowing for years that Shakur Stevenson doesn't pack the punch like that.
Mhm.
And if we know he don't pack the punch like that, what type of expectations
Yeah.
are people supposed to have? So I definitely agree with that post on the Spit Bucket podcast on Twitter. Um,
Double
it's
standard.
unfair. It's a
Unfair.
double standard. Unfair expectations, JJ. Like Shakur can't win for lose, and I understand now why. Now, did Shakur deserve criticism in that last fight? Yeah, he did. But it's a difference, Shakur. We didn't know your hand was hurt, and then you was doing a lot of talking before the fight, like how you gonna do this and that, and like we get it, And I'm not gonna say that your hand wasn't hurt, but You understand, he understand, everybody understand why he got criticized for that fight. Now he come in this next fight, do this throughout the whole fight, right? And this is my thing right here too. People are mad at Shakur for him and his granddaddy having a conversation.
That was my next question to you, dog. I
Go
was
ahead,
going to
what's the
bring that
question?
up. No, I was going to say, is that a concern? Because look, I'm a big Shakur fan. I've made it very clear, and it's not the. Let me also make this clear. I'm not a fan of the person. I don't become fans of the personalities and shit like that. Like I don't care about that shit. I'm a big fan of what Shakur does in the ring, and again, I'm a big fan of the attempts to answer the question who can beat that Shakur. Hard to hit, slick, will stand in the pocket. He can move. He showed that he can move. But I will be critical. I didn't used to like when Roy Jones didn't was talking in the corners when he was in his prime and when he was kind of ignoring. Do you think? And this is no disrespect to Coach Wally Moses. I know you and him have a good relationship, a great relationship, and I think the world of what he's done thus far. But do you think it comes to a point where the fighters stop learning or they become too comfortable and stop listening in that corner? It's too much of a cordial relationship to where it's not coach and pupil, student and teacher. Is there a concern about his relationship with his trainer? And do you think at some point Shakur might need to bring somebody else in to continue to develop? Because I will say, I haven't seen Shakur develop in a while now. It's the same Shakur. And compared to Tank Davis' last fight, I saw some new stuff from Tank. Is it concern that Shakur has maybe stopped learning because maybe he's only fighting once or twice a year now? You worried at all about that?
And look, I got so much love for Willie Moses, but even if I thought that, I would let I would let that be known, but absolutely not. Like people just want to reach for everything that they can, right? Because the explanation after the fight, you seen Shakur Stevenson and his granddaddy started laughing when Shakur Stevenson said, "My granddaddy didn't want what happened to Oshaki Foster. We'll get to that later. To happen to me in this fight, knowing that this was my last fight on this contract." And
Mm-hmm.
JJ, we seen how they could go, and they both started laughing. So absolutely not, bro. Like one thing I can say, Shakur is right. Because if we gonna say that about him, you got to say that about other fighters too. If we criticize him for not wanting to fight, so is we gonna criticize Artem for really, not want to engage? It was smart, but when Shakur do it, it's not smart. It's not entertaining. But when Shakur put his hands like this, come forward, walk you down, and still defense good, he ain't using no foot movement, and the other guy doing the same thing that we criticize Shakur about, when Shakur was really fighting. It was boxing, but he was trying to fight. We ain't gonna criticize that. So absolutely not. I think what Shakur and Willie Moses, God has been sensational from the start, and it's sensational now. Like what they did, they understood what happened in that last fight, and they came back and implemented more. Shakur is a smart fighter. Screw you people who don't like the first 3 rounds. Screw y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all could go stick your head where the sun don't shine. Y'all don't understand the sport of boxing when you get inside that square circle and you have to figure your opponent out. Shakur had to figure him out. Did he lose a round figuring him out? And then once he figured him out, you seen, like Shakur say, I started beating him up. So absolutely not. In some cases with guys, it do. But this has been picture perfect. 3 divisions. Have we seen Shakur even come close to losing the fight, JJ? We just stated how many rounds have he lost. So people will throw this out here because just like in that post you said, it's unfair expectations for Shakur Stevenson. Because if I look at a Tank Davis, I can say Tank Davis lose every one of his rounds. Well, just because he put pressure on, he's still losing every one of them rounds. And He catch you with a shot. So no, it's unfair expectations for Shakur Stevens. Unfair. And I think it's crazy for people if you have that thought to even assume that him and Willie Moses is not like peanut butter and jelly. That's crazy.
I'm just concerned again because when fighters are this young, man, even though Shakur won his strap early, when you win that belt, it almost stunts your growth a little bit because your activity stops. And I'm more because Shakur still he's a youngster, dog, and he still has some learning to do. And I haven't really seen development, and I want to see him continue to grow. Um, but
But
with
what you
all
say
that,
when you say development, JJ?
I want to see, for example, I'll give you an example. When Devin Haney fought Loma, he brought a body attack that I'd never seen from himself. I was like, holy shit. He knew what he had to do to Lomachenko. You can argue who won that fight, blah, blah,
But
blah.
who you thought won that fight though?
When I first watched it, I thought Loma won it. When I went back, I thought it was a draw. But regardless, I thought that was Devin Haney's best performance up to that date. Tank Davis. Um, I seen something. I can't put my finger on what I saw with Frank Martin, but what I walked away saying about Tank Davis is, holy shit, there's still more to that guy that we still haven't seen because I haven't brought it out of him. I say the exact same thing about Shakur Stevenson. There is more to him that we haven't seen because it hasn't been brought out to him. With that being said, we ask about the fight with Tank Davis. Dog, I have no clue. I could see this fight being boring as hell for 6 rounds. I can see Shakur being up on the cards a little bit, and then I can see Shakur running for 6 rounds, the second half of the fight to secure the win. I can also see Tank Davis just pressing and pressing and pressing until he gets what he wants because that's what he does. He will study you and study you. So I don't have a pick for that fight. 2 weeks ago, I came out saying Tank Davis wins. I don't know no more, dog. I don't know. All I know is I wish everybody would shut the hell up and just enjoy greatness. Whether
So
that's Tank, whether that's Shakur, Loma, we're going to talk about Zepeda in a bit. Just watch it unravel. Let's watch it play out. We are blessed in boxing right now to have these names. So let's just
now
watch
this
it.
so this is where I got to this is what I can say about Shakur Stevenson. Now I can say no, they're not a bad combination together. They're doing great things. It shows. Look at the rounds
We
and the
talking about
victories.
Wally with Coach?
Yeah. But what I can say is a fighter steady needs to grow. And is Shakur through growing? Absolutely not. He 26, 27. He just now getting into rare form, bro. So we're going to see the growth steady come. So, but what I like, JJ, what I was super impressed about is how he came out there to dog it out. Like people be talking about Shakur don't hit this hard. Well, looking at Arthur last night, I couldn't tell because if he don't hit that hard, Arthur, why was you circling and the moving and the moving in the circle? Like JJ, this is what I'm being honest though. I want to ask you this: if Shakur don't hit that hard, why he was circling like that? Because I would think him being a bigger fighter, that would be his advantage to fight right there. You ain't gonna be able to outbox Shakur. Why was he moving like that, Jay?
He
If
was moving.
Shakur don't hit hard.
It was moving, and listen. Speaking of that, I just want to mention Mark Kriegel was an asshole, dog. I forgot who it was a few months ago. He took a lot of heat for an inappropriate question, and then last night, yeah, when Artem said something like, "Oh no, he didn't hurt me," he goes, "Well, your face says otherwise." Like, what the
Yeah,
fuck?
I
No,
seen
bro.
that.
But I think the answer to that question is that Shakur takes away what you're good at. He will take it away. And it's the shots that you don't see that hurt you, that sting, that wobble you. Hear me out. Artem, maybe Shakur wasn't packing the thunder, but he's getting hit with shots that he don't know where they're coming from because of Shakur's quickness. So he has to move the hell out the way. Shit, I don't
So they
know.
got the hurt though, right?
It has
No,
to
but
be.
what I'm saying is,
You
like,
can't bite down on your mouthpiece when you see it, when you don't see a shot coming and shit.
but I'm saying, we know that nobody is going to be able to outbox Shakur Stevenson. We know that the only way to beat Shakur Stevenson is to be able to dog him out. Like people have to. Now, this is what made me. I'm not gonna lie, and I'm glad where I could recuse myself and come back, you know, and give a brand new thought on it, right, JJ? Like I seen this guy just circling. I'm like, damn, your best chance to anybody best chance is to beat him on the inside. If he don't hit that hard, and I know you say about the shots that you don't see, but see that's the chance that you got to take if you want to beat a Shakur Stevenson. If you're worried about them shots that you can't see, you're going to lose regardless. Because going on the outside is going to be shots that you can't see, even in a worse way. So the best chance to beat him is on the inside. So I'm not sure if Shakur Stevenson don't hit that hard, JJ. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I think Shakur Stevenson do pack a punch because I see these guys circling. You ain't gonna beat them on the outside.
Hey, we'll see. I unlike many people on Twitter, and unlike Pablo Picasso says Shakur Stevenson. I guess he went to sleep early last night.
Shout out to Bruce Gas, Boxing and Jazz, and more.
Yeah,
Shout out to Big Mark
I'll
in the
put on the
building.
comments. Shout out to Bruce Gas, Boxing Jazz, and more. Big Mark with the what's the war spit bucket. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Shakur mindset isn't where it needs to be. He doesn't. That's exactly what I was about to say, Big Mark. And listen, Corey, don't turn this into a you defending Shakur and me not now, because I've been defending.
No.
Well, I will agree. And a matter of fact, I was gonna upload a video. And shit, I'll play it here on my phone so y'all can hear a question that we actually asked Shakur Stevenson last time he was on the show. Here, I'll play right here, and it's gonna be. Hold on.
I loved your performance against Valdez. I did have some criticism because, as much as I respect Oscar Valdez, I feel like you could have taken him out. I felt like there was opportunities there in the later parts of the fight where you could have taken him out. So when you say that wasn't your best performance,
so the reason I'm playing that is because one thing I have noticed, to Mark's point, is a lack of killer instinct. A killer instinct that Bud Crawford has a killer instinct that you want to finish it, and I don't see that yet from Shakur. Like maybe last night he just couldn't. He was obviously trying for the knockout. Every time he would go back to the corner, they were talking about finishing. But it just seems like that killer instinct ain't there. I'm not mad at it. He's winning rounds decisively against stiff competition. I'm not mad at it. It's just not for everybody, dog.
See, this is the thing right here where I say this, right? He pressed him out the whole fight. That's killer instinct. He pressed him out the whole fight. It came to a point, yeah, Cuz was trying to fight Arthur. But it came to a point where he knew that he wasn't going to win. So, and we have to be honest about this. You don't want to get put on your ass. You rather make it through the whole fight than sit right there. And we have to get Shakur Stevenson credit. That guy didn't want to go all out in the championship rounds to try to knock Shakur out. Shakur went all out. So I don't get it. I totally disagree that he don't have the killer instinct. He showed it last night. The other guy, he didn't want to engage. He wanted to be happy to be like, oh, I made it 12 round to Shakur Stevenson.
Well, shit, listen, we've almost wasted, or not wasted, spent 30 minutes on Shakur, but before we change subject, what do you see next for him, dog? We have Tank and Loma in negotiations, reportedly. What do you see next for Shakur? What do you want to see, and what's Shakur looking like a year from now?
Now, this is what I say. I don't know. This is where I will criticize Shakur right here, right? Business-wise, right? This is why I will criticize him at, right? Because I know that you're special, Shakur. We see that. And last night, you showed me, right? But that's still, and we need to see that more, but that's still not the type of fight last night where me as a purist, yeah, that's what I want to see from you because you're that skillful. But you turning down, that Bob Arum deal.
15 million for 5 fights.
5 fights. Like,
fight.
you 26 years old right now, Shakur. Like, it's not gonna be about the 3 million a year because if you so happen to be able to get a Tank Davis in one of them fights and you beat him, the pay-per-view numbers, then you turn into the pay-per-view guy that you always wanted to be. But what I say about reality, it's a mother. Shut your mouth, JJ. And reality is that offer, if he don't think so, I think it was a great offer. But this is what I can say for Shakur. If he's smart, if he's smart, JJ, if he's smart, JJ, sign with Floyd Mayweather. If Mayweather is smart, Mayweather offer him 5 fight, $25 million. Yes, listen to me. This is the thing.
What?
You can hate Floyd, you can like Floyd. Shakur Stevenson's skills speak for themselves. Floyd ain't gonna be able to stop the dog and Shakur that want to fight. But the popularity that Shakur Stevenson need, you know, that crossover, right? Having Floyd Mayweather with him, that will completely cross over Shakur Stevenson. But Mayweather have to be smart because he don't have Javante no more.
Mhm.
Mayweather, you have to overpay to get this guy, and for Mayweather to reconcile, because we know Mayweather always wanted Shakur. That was his pick, always over Javante. Javante just landed in his hand. Shakur was always his pick. Everybody remember when Floyd Mayweather went to Rio, he said, I'm here for one reason and one reason only. Shakur Stevenson, right? So this is my thing right here. This is what we call redemption, right? Shakur need redemption. Mayweather need redemption, right? It's not Bob Arum's fault, Shakur. We seen that with Terrence Crawford. It wasn't his fault with Terrence Crawford either, right? It wasn't his fault, right? It's not his fault. Bob Arum did wonders for you, but to take the complete crossover, because Mayweather needs this right now. Mayweather needs to issue that check because he could take Shakur Stevenson to a stratosphere to where his buzz and him just being with Mayweather, will be on a different level. If Shakur trying to get in the position that he want to get in, I think his skills set alone. We ain't got to worry about the other fighters Floyd had in the past. We know Shakur is special. We know he is gifted. We know he is one of them ones like Neo. We know that. But with the genre, what they call it, the prestige of having Floyd Mayweather and Shakur getting that crossover and Mayweather being able to speak and talk that talk
I
for
don't know,
Shakur
dog.
Stevenson.
I'm gonna have to disagree, dog. Go to Mayweather's IG right now.
Mhm.
Go to all of the promoters' IG. Go to Eddie Hearns. Go to Oscar De La Hoya's. Go to Bob Arums. Go to all of them, and then go to Floyd Mayweather. All those other guys I just mentioned, Instagram is littered with all of their fighters. Every event, every fighter, boom, boom, boom. Not Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather has watches and perfumes and strippers and clubs and cars. No, nothing about his fighters. Maybe that's why he brought Richard Schaefer in. Who the hell knows?
But
But
it's
dog,
different, JJ. It's different this time
why? How
because
do you know?
he
Listen, let me interrupt you. What did we accuse Mayweather all these years? Now, he don't want nobody to be bigger than his name. All you're gonna do is hold Shakur down. He may not say it, but he's gonna
no no
hold
no.
Shakur down. Why not Eddie Hearn, who works with everybody, bro? Who works with everybody? He's got the relationship with the Saudis. He's got the relationship with Golden Boy, with Top Rank. He works with everybody. Why not make Shakur a mainstream name across the pond? I don't
I
know.
mean, hey, if he choose to go with Eddie Hearn, kudos. But JJ, listen, everybody get humble. Everybody go through their trials and tribulations, right? Now I understand Mayweather is Mayweather, right? But this Javante Davis situation, I'm telling you, in my beliefs, I could be wrong 100%. I think it truly humbled him. And I truly believe in my heart and soul that he would do right by Shakur Stevenson. That I truly believe that Mayweather will work with them other guys now. He have to. JJ, Mayweather is the perfect fit for Shakur Stevenson.
I'll
I
interrupt.
think so.
Remember what Coach Lenny said on here, that it was all about Tank Davis and how much talent he left on the shelf. Think about this, and we're about to talk about him. Carmel Moten is now Mayweather's protege. That's where he's going to get all of the attention at Mayweather Promotions. Shakur don't need to be playing second fiddle to some 19, and respect to Carmel, but he got the light skin just like Tank Davis. Looks like Tank Davis' son. Shit, the dude is phenomenal talent. They're gonna put all their energy into Carmel.
And what other
Why take a chance? Shakur's already 26,
why
27.
what other perfect way to have Shakur Stevenson as the headline and Carmel Moten fighting on the undercard, JJ? Every fight. What other way to build Carmel Moten up to the star we know he's going to be, because we know Tank Davis said, "You're not fighting on my undercards," right? But what other way to build Carmel Moten up on the undercard being on Shakur Stevenson's undercard, bro? It's a match made in heaven. We know what Carmel gonna be, and that's great. But it's the right now, and you need the right now for the up and coming, so he could be the later. That's just my opinion. I could be wrong.
We'll see. Shakur Stevenson, don't listen to the bullshit on social. Shakur Stevenson, keep doing what you do. Keep learning. Keep being passionate. Keep good people around you, dog. The sky is the limit. Now, I used to say that Shakur was the next pay-per-view star and Canelo was going to pass the torch. I will tap the brakes on that. But in terms of pure ability, Shakur is going to be a tough man to beat, dog. So
he just needs the Mayweather. He needs the Mayweather prestige around him. I hope he signed with Mayweather. I truly do.
I don't, but that's a whole nother. We'll talk about that some more. Look, we have a shit ton to cover. We're gonna do a little lightweight sandwich. We started off with Shakur, and then we'll finish off with Zepeda, and in the middle, let's cover up all the turkey and cheese and lettuce and tomato with everything else that happened yesterday. It was a loaded card. Let's just try to express through that. Let's try to blast these out, Corey, and then we'll spend some time on the ones that mean more right
Most
now.
important. Yeah.
So perfect transition. Carmel Moten was back for his fourth fight yesterday against Nikolai Buzoka. Hey, it was a last-minute sub-in. A lot of people giving Carmel some shit for fighting a scrub or whatever, blah, blah, blah. The same thing that haters do. 4 fights in, 3 knockouts. The kid is looking super impressive. He looks light years above every grown-ass man that's in front of him. Thoughts on Carmel Moten and his future, bro? Oh, by the way, we got him locked in for 2 weeks from now. He's committed to being on the show. So you guys stay, like I said, y'all follow, subscribe, and all that good shit.
Love what I'm saying about this kid. You know, he got that bright smile, ability. He getting them out of there. What do people expect at this point in his career? Like, do you expect him to be in there with world champions right now? Or do you expect his promoter to do right by him? See, now when promoters hurry up and rush fighters into stuff, then y'all say, "Oh, they rushed them too quick." This is a young kid who started boxing the pro game early. These are the type of fights he's supposed to have, JJ. And as time go on, 2 years from now, then we'll see him in the type of fights he needs to be in. That's my opinion. You build this kid up, bro. What is wrong with people?
It's ridiculous, dog. Like, people forget, A, he's 19 years old, and B, this was his 4th fight. Chill out. I got a son who's about to be 18. And obviously he ain't a boxer and shit, but ain't no way I'm ever gonna throw him out there against former champions and shit that are in there. There's something called grown man strength, guys. It's a real thing. You know what I mean? Like, you get checked by an old man, you feel it. My pops to this day, I can feel the strength. I can feel it. It's something that it's a real thing. So Carmel's got all the talent in the world. Holy shit. The man is phenomenal. He's gifted. He's dedicated. But let's tap the brakes a little bit. There's a lot of boogeymen at 126 too. At 130, it's a loaded division.
It's like he 4-0-3 knockouts. Well, goddamn it. What is wrong with, like, bro, JJ, boy, this boy, say this boy, these like when you say insane in the membrane, you remember that song? Insane in the brain. Like JJ. Oh my God.
Yeah, it's ridiculous, dog. But no, I got all the confidence in the world. You know, there's another dude at 126. You know, you obviously got your Ray Vargases and a lot of these guys, but and your Venado and all those dudes, but you know who I really like is Shushu Carrington, man, Bruce Carrington,
Yeah.
and he's there at all the fights, saying all the right things. I will be excited if 3-4 years from now you and I are here on this show talking about a Carmel Moulton, Shushu Carrington super fight at 126, 130, whatever the case, because those two guys are the class of the division, in my opinion. So salute to Carmel, undefeated still. Brought in an opponent on short notice, damn near twice his age, but a good fight, man. Now let's keep it moving. Any follow up on Carmel?
I'll now look forward to having them on in a couple of weeks. Everybody, please subscribe to the Spit Bucket Podcast so y'all can and turn that notification bell on
Ding, ding,
so
ding, ding,
y'all
ding,
can
ding.
catch this interview, man, with all these lineups we got coming. We got Kid Austin and this Pops Tuesday, Clarissa Seals Thursday, Camille Moten in 2 weeks. We just had Brian Norman Sr. and Brian Norman Jr. and we're gonna keep having these interviews. So everybody, please make sure y'all hit that sub button, like, and turn up with us.
Yes, sir. All right, Corey. This one here. This is the one out of all of the fights. This is what I was looking forward to the most, even past Shakur, and B, the one I walked away with the best taste in my mouth, and that's Abdullah Mason, bro. The kid from Ohio. He came in yesterday 13-0, 11 knockouts. You want to talk about moving right along. He fighting a man in Luis LeBron, 24 fights, he's 20-4, but this is not no easy peasy. Probably out of all the prospects, when you're talking Keyshawn, Schofield, Abdullah, this was probably the biggest challenge for those prospects. And dog, Abdullah went in there and made LeBron look like the kid, bro. I was just blown away by his speed, his power, his IQ, his composure, his patience. He hits all the check boxes. And look, Coach Kenny Ellis came out this week and said, Abdullah might be the second best lightweight in the division, including Shakur. Obviously, he has Tank as number one. What are your thoughts about Abdullah Mason, dog? This guy is cold, in my opinion.
I mean, he's the absolute truth. Now, when I tell you sky's the limits for this guy, they is, and the one thing I like about it is the work ethic, the composure, the family, how they stay together. They behind the scenes. You don't hear them talking. Like when you have guys like this who are this good, you hear the pops talking, you hear everybody else talking around them, right? You don't hear nothing, JJ, from this camp. Like all you hear about this kid is he work hard. And when I tell you Ohio got them one, I am really high on this guy right here. Um, do I see some things that he could work on? Absolutely. I see a little excitement to where he leave himself open to get countered like he did a couple of times against LeBron last time. But you know that's neither here or there. You know that'll come as his experience grows older, especially when he start facing these top guys. That's something that he has to work on. That's just a slight little minor thing I seen last night. But other than that, JJ, this kid is the real deal. JJ,
Dog.
Kenny Ellis. Salute to Kenny Ellis because JJ, listen, the 135-pound division last night, y'all on full notice. Because I don't care what name is in that 135-pound division. Could care less right now. They not talking about y'all. They talking about Abdullah. Y'all better get y'all weight up. Straight up. They better come in, all the 135s, y'all better start performing like Abdullah because he is making a strong case right now, JJ, and that's just clear cut, no debate.
Super facts, bro. I'm going to say this. I'll tell a little story. Yesterday, my two teenagers went to spend the weekend with their mama. My wifey took the 5-month-old to her mama's. I had the house to myself. I had me my little vape. I had me some drink. I'm excited. Abdullah comes out to Purple Rain,
Man.
hitting hard in the mud. Mother, shut your mouth. And
Yeah.
then he goes and puts on that show, Abdullah Mason, just like I told Brian Norman a couple weeks ago. Just a breath of fresh air, just what we want. And like you said about his family, bro, they were a close knit spiritual family, you know. And I'm not judging people if they're not spiritual or nothing, but what you're not gonna see is the crazy ass rants on IG, the Ryan Garcia behavior. You're not gonna see that shit from this kid. If you were a betting man and you had to put your money on a future opponent or on a future champion, if I would say, hey, that guy right there, put your eggs in that basket. Abdullah Mason has shown up, shown out. He's gone over and beyond what he's supposed to do. And I am super excited to be covering boxing in the Abdullah Mason era. Oh man, we got a bright future for that kid. Salute. Salute to all of Ohio. Ohio runs boxing. You got yourself one, sir. You got yourself one.
No doubt about it. And JJ, like you say, all the yippity yap, talking us out the ring, fathers and the entourage doing this and that. There's a lot of them. They don't got to do that because JJ, though he could be quiet, respectable, he's fighting, he's doing his talking in the ring. And that's impressing the people without them having to be rah rah.
Mm-hmm.
That's cold, JJ.
Salute to Abdullah Mason, 14 and 0, 12 knockouts, moving right along on the prospect watch. And listen, dog, I've said it many times on this show. I've said it to you off the record. I've said it to B Hop when we're kicking it. The talent level between the prospects and the champs at 135, 140, it's there's not a lot of gap. Any of these prospects can come in and shock the world at any moment. Abdullah Mason is the full package. We'll have Schofield on Tuesday. That dude is hungry. He rushes you. He will land a punch that will end the fight against anybody. Like these youngsters are the real deal. And like you said, these champions need to step that game up, bro, because they're knocking on the door and they're hungry. That Mayweather way of thinking is slowly starting to deteriorate. It's starting to go away. These guys don't give a shit about losing. They want to go out there and prove a point. Again, one more time, thank you, Abdullah Mason. Hell of a performance. Moving right along, Corey Bradshaw, another guy, speaking of, loud on IG, has a lot to say. Mr. Keyshawn, businessman Davis. He's coming out against Miguel Madrano. Had his hand he had his fist on his beard. Look at Larry Hazard in the background, a little concerned. Why you touching on him? Why you touching on him? But bro, Keyshawn has taken some criticism. He has shown vulnerabilities, high expectations, a lot of people's prospect of the year last year. But he came out last night with a dominant performance in an ugly, rough, dirty fight. I think Keyshawn did what he had to do. How you feeling about Keyshawn at 135 right now, dog?
Once again,
Damn, Corey,
thank you.
you woke up and chose peace, love, and
No,
happiness today,
I'm
dog.
being honest. Thank you, Keyshawn Davis, right? Like as a boxing fan, like that's what you want to see because we know the roads Keyshawn done been on. We know what happened to him in Texas. No need to speak on that. We know how we seen that he didn't have, it seemed like he was gassing out. And in this fight right here, JJ, he showed me everything, right? Like my thing with him, right? People saying on the telecast that he was on the ropes. No, it wasn't that he was on the ropes. He was fighting hard off the ropes, trying to set the dude into something, JJ. And just a pistol of that jab to the stomach and how dirty that fight was last night when he was winning damn near every round, JJ. Keyshawn showed me something different, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. He gonna be hard to beat. Keyshawn, when you can talk about his vulnerabilities all you want to, but one thing about his vulnerabilities is going to be great about him to the fans. Even with the little vulnerabilities that you see that he can work on and will work on and will get better at, especially with Bo Mack and Terrence Crawford and Nims,
Yep.
right? Um, he gonna get better at that. But with the vulnerabilities he got right now, he is actually willing to put on the show. He is actually willing to sit down, bite down, fight, and try to knock the mother shut your mouth out. So I'm not going to lie to you. I have absolutely no criticism of Keyshawn Davis. See, the problem with boxing fans, right? We expect too much, JJ. I promise you we do. We expect too much out of these fighters so early. We just expect too much. Okay. And I think that's bad for boxing to expect too much out of these guys. You got to expect these guys to expand something different every fight. And what I seen out of Keyshawn Davis, I see him expanding. I see him more comfortable in his own self. I see Bomac and Terrence Crawford implementing on on him. I seen that in the ring last night, and that was a superb performance to me. I liked how it was dirty, how he liked it to get dirty, how Madrano was getting dirty. It was just a full package, and Keyshawn Davis showed me he was all for it. So I have absolutely no criticism of that guy last night. As a matter of fact, he raised the level even high because I don't know if a guy like Frank Martin could deal with a guy like Keyshawn. After what I seen last night, I don't know if he could deal with that. Because see, one thing about Tank is gonna move around and wait and do all this other stuff and lose rounds. Keyshawn Davis not gonna do that. Yeah, his defense is great, and we've seen that. But Keyshawn Davis is really not going to just let you get off with him not getting off. And I think Bo McNeil, they have went and put a recipe in this guy. And in this fight, I seen a different guy. And I think he is a problem for the 135-pound division.
Good shit. Salute to Keyshawn. Now, let me tell you my takeaway from him. Great performance. Difficult fight, not because of X's and O's, but because this guy was getting dirty. And, you know, sometimes you got to. Sometimes, you know, if you're the slower guy, if you're not the quick guy, you have to rough up the quicker boxer, you know. And this won't be the last time Keyshawn fights somebody who tries to rough him up a bit because, again, he's got that slick ability to knock shit out you and get the hell out the way. But here were my 4 takeaways that I would that from the fight last night. Keyshawn's not going to lose a decision anytime soon. He's just too good. However, he does show that tendency to want to fight, and when he fights, I've seen him get touched. And nothing wrong with getting touched. It's a fight game. But I've seen his legs wobble a little bit. And I think I don't think Keyshawn's going to be one of these guys that goes 23-0. I think he's going to see a loss. He's going to see a loss by way of knockout, dog. I think he gets too hype in there. I think he wants to impress the fans too much sometimes, and then he gets touched. So he's got to work on that. And like I think it was the second or third round yesterday. He got hit, and it was the very first time there was a takedown. Keyshawn actually lowered his body and acted like he was taking down Miguel. And I feel like that was a response to getting touched. I feel like he wanted to take a knee, and he kind of took a knee there, but it was a legal knee. And I'm not hating on it. This is boxing. Keyshawn is still learning. He's still developing. But I think there's some vulnerabilities there on that chin. So book this. Keyshawn's first loss is going to come by way of a knockout. And it's going to be a knockout that he was probably up on the scorecards on. The other vulnerability, I wrote these down. He's got a button that he turns on, and he turns into a machine, dog. When he starts letting go of his hands, he turns into a machine. I don't think he knows when to turn that button on and off just yet, though. But I see it. I see it, and I think he's got that firepower there. He just has to know when to use it. And my last takeaway is kind of some shit talking, trying to stir the pot a little bit. But do you know if Keyshawn said he would never fight Shakur. Is Abdullah Mason on that no-fight list? Because I hope he is.
I don't think so.
I hope he is, because after yesterday, my takeaway from that fight is Top Rank got more in Abdullah than they got in Keyshawn. I think if they were to fight next week, Abdullah Mason beats Keyshawn Davis.
I don't know about that, JJ. I don't know about that. I like Abdullah.
I like him both, bro.
I like Abdullah, and I think he's skillful, right? But he do got more fights than Keyshawn. But he ain't got the pedigree like Keyshawn. And when you get in there with a guy like that, you're gonna get touched. Like I said, I seen Abdullah Mason get touched against that guy in LeBron last night. And Keyshawn is way more accurate, and he has like the best trainer and the best camp with him right now. Not trying to disrespect Abdullah's camp, but no, I'm not putting Abdullah over Keyshawn Davis right now. But what I will say, Abdullah is in the mix. He's in the mix. Like it's about show and tell. I ain't from St. Louis, but he going to have to show me, that he better than Keyshawn. Because what I seen out of Keyshawn, I seen a guy who coming into his own. JJ, I seen a guy who win it's and knowing how to go 10 rounds and learn and eventually going to be going to 12 rounds. It's coming into his own. Like in a fight, when you're talking about push that button, and I agree with you, but you can't push that button all the time during the fight, especially with that guy Madrano, which we know that was a guy, JJ, who's never been finished, never been knocked out. I mean, never been stopped by nobody, JJ. So we know this was a guy who was going to be tough to be knocked out anyway because nobody has ever done it. So Keyshawn took his time. He was exciting. At the same time, he was fighting. He stood in on the pocket. Like I say, it's all about maturation. And I think the maturation that he's on, even though we can it is things he need to work on, but that's in every fighter. The maturation that he's on, in my opinion, is going up because, like I say, his thought process, I think, is in the right place right now. And I think Bo Mack and Nims and Terrence Crawford and Nims being down there, seeing that work ethic is starting to shine around him. And that's what I took out of that fight last night because everything about that fight showed me that Keyshawn Davis is different, bro. He's not going to be an easy out. He's not going to be an easy out. But this the one thing I can say about Keyshawn, why I'm going to criticize him. Real tough. And him and Shakur too. Them saying they ain't going to fight each other, right? Like that absolutely pisses me off, right? Because it's like Keyshawn. So if Shakur the champ and he the money man, you and what you gonna do? You just gonna let him be the money man, and you gonna be the underboss while he the top boss? You just gonna walk around under his shoulders? You ain't gonna want that. You say you want a title, you know damn well you ain't getting no Javante right now. That's absolutely no. You know damn well you ain't getting him. You ain't getting no Lomachenko. Who I know, Shakur champion. Who else in champ?
But the real that Ukrainian guy, I have trouble saying.
Davante, yeah. But
So
it don't matter. So the only one of them, Keyshawn Davis, and I'm saying this to you. I'm talking to you, Keyshawn Davis. The only one of them champs right now who I know will fight you if they had a choice. Because I'm telling you, Shakur mindset, he if you was in his position, he wouldn't be saying, "Oh, my brother." He'd be like, "Oh no, if you my brother, then you'll fight me so we can make this money together." Shakur wouldn't be treating you like you treating him right now, because you acting like Shakur is more superior than you. When I see a lot in your fighting game that give me a possibility to make me think, yeah, Keyshawn Davis could get Shakur problems. He really can. So my thing is with him, it can only be one line in the jungle in the division, and you can't say that you ain't gonna fight Shakur because that's gonna make you look bad in the future and in the long term. It's not a you can still be friends after the fight. Like JJ, me and you done blew up at each other a lot of time,
when
but we
I don't
yeah,
remember.
yeah, exactly. But think about it. That's what friends do. And if you really love that friend, and if y'all really cool like that, then y'all gonna come back together. It's gonna blow by. Yeah, you be mad for a day or two, but then whoop whoop, it's over with. And I think Keyshawn Davis need to get that out of his head. Like he wanna, be his little walking. He should curl a little walking dog because that's what I'm getting out of you right
And
now,
what it feels like,
Keyshawn
dog.
Davis.
It's a bad look. It's a bad look. You're in the fight game, dog, and this is professional, So like, but look, man, I'm gonna say this, and I say this respectfully to Keyshawn, but we got to make picks and we got to have opinions. And out of all, and I think the division is loaded, but I can name 5, 6, 7 lightweights right now that I feel beat Keyshawn. Starting with 3 of the 4 champs: Loma, Tank, Shakur, the Ukrainian dude. I got his name right here. Anyway, the Ukrainian guy, I forget
Kid
his name.
also,
I think
Abdullah.
Keyshawn beat him, but then I think Schofield beats Keyshawn. I think Abdullah beats Keyshawn. I think dude from yesterday beats Keyshawn. So I think Keyshawn got some work to do. But like
Man,
I said, the level of talent is not that far. Keyshawn tightens up a couple of things. He's right there, in my opinion. You gotta
to
you
be
gotta rank.
honest with you, Jay,
Hmm.
I like I don't know who win out of them guys. I'm gonna be honest with you now
Mhm.
because I see Keyshawn different after this fight. I don't know, like I'm hearing what you saying. I don't think your thought process is the same as mine because I'm super impressed by what I seen out of Keyshawn Davis. Right, he showed his patience. He showed when it was time to bite down, he'll bite down. He showed, oh, if you want to get dirty, I'm gonna get dirty too. Right, so. I don't know. It's gonna be tough, like you said.
What
Everybody
about
right there
Tio?
with each other.
What about Teofimo? He's been calling out Teofimo heavy. He wants to go to 140 because, like you just said, he don't want to fight Shakur. I don't know, dog.
I
I
don't
keep
know because I give T.O. his respect, bro. Like it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough, bro, because like all these guys is good, bro. And my thing is with Keyshawn Davis, he there, but I think he need 1 or 2 more fights, just to, get it up under him. But I think he there right now. I think he could challenge any one of them guys for the title. Will he win? It's yet to be determined. But what I seen out of him last night, he could challenge anybody for a world title right now.
One last thing we got to factor in, bro, is these guys. It's just natural human nature. If you're going up against somebody who is a journeyman or a gatekeeper or somebody never heard of or just a stay busy fight, it's hard to get motivated, dog. It's hard to bring out the best in you when you're not looking at the best. All of these guys we've talked about today, from Keyshawn to Shakur to all of them, they haven't had that guy bring it out. Tank Davis even and Shakur Stevenson, they haven't had that lick your chops. I need to be impeccable for this fight. And just like I said about Shakur and Tank earlier, there's stuff that in Keyshawn's game that we're still yet to see. Maybe he shuts me up. I'm here for it though. I love the sport. I don't hate none of these guys. I love them all for giving me something to talk about and something to love. So salute Keyshawn. Hell of a performance. Unanimous decision. Let's keep it moving. Let's talk about. We're going to have to talk about the bad side of boxing because, God forbid, we have a whole weekend of beautiful fights without controversy. Last night, we had WBC super featherweight champ Oshaki Foster coming against Robson Conseco, 35-year-old, making his 4th attempt at a world title. Conseil Sao, however the hell you want to say it. Conseil Sao, it's some Brazilian names. So I think it's Hobson. Conseil How. Anyhow, bro. Oshaki Foster, bro, I've been big on him. I've been big on Oshaki Foster. Not so much the X's and O's, but the nuts, dog. The guts. The turning it on when he has to. The getting ugly when he has to. The boxing ability is superb. But last night, many people thought, including me, that this was a runaway. Hell, you and I were texting there into the 12th round, like this Oshaki's the real deal. And then we see a split decision win for Kosei Sao, dog. I had the scorecards. I had the scorecard, but I was going to upload them, but I guess they didn't come up. But what are your thoughts on yesterday's split decision? And listen, I'm always hesitant to say the word robbery, but last night was a robbery. Corey, what are your thoughts, dog?
Man, I want to have tears in my eyes,
Yeah, you were pretty
like
upset about that.
Oshaki Foster did, man. Because even though I wasn't sold on that guy yet, last night, bro, JJ, I didn't see nobody after that performance he put on. Like I couldn't wait to get on here and talk about. I
Mm-hmm.
don't see nobody at 130 touching him. JJ, when I tell you, Like I don't even know. Like this dude is impressive, right? He impressed me last night, and that's what I thought that I was gonna be able to get on here and talk about, JJ. But
No, I think we owe it to him to talk about it, dog. Fuck it. Like he put
I
on a
know, but
hell of a
I know,
performance.
and yeah, that was incredible, JJ. Because like we was on what show was we on Wednesday? Ringside Reporter,
Ringside Report. We were on the round table. Yes, sir.
the round table, right? And JJ, I picked Context out, and
Sure
I
did.
don't even, no, I don't know, because I said I wasn't sold on no Shocky Foster yet. Like I don't want no credit for that victory, none. Like I don't, like we just gonna throw that out the window, bro. I don't even want people to
Oh,
talk about
I
me.
don't gotta tell you those $1,000 that we bet.
But I don't take no credit for that victory, bro. None. I just it's a shame, bro. This is terrible. And right before, what's crazy? Right before they were finna announce, we heard Joe Tessitore, Tim Bradley say, "Well, these guys who are judging this fight, they don't have much championship experience." But
Bro.
JJ,
Let's take a
I'm
second.
disappointed, bro.
Let's talk about it. Can we all right, I'm gonna address Oshaki's performance. And then I want to get on boxing's ass again. Because we just had
Mhm.
some controversy last week too. Luckily, Bam didn't let it get there. But Oshaki Foster, I put this out on Twitter yesterday, dog. You real critical of yourself. After your last really good performance against what's his name? Shit. The guy with the mascot. Anyway, the guy he beat last time, the guy with the
Everybody know who you're talking about.
anyway, he was real hard on himself. But then let's take it back to fight before, bro. When he fought Hernandez in Mexico, dog, he was about to get robbed. He was about to get robbed. One judge had it 11 rounds to nothing going into that 12th round. And Oshaki went in there, did the 12 round knockout, got his W, got his strap. But like the message I wanted to send to Oshaki yesterday is I'm gonna get a little deep here, a little spiritual here, bro. I believe in divine timing. I believe in God's plans. I believe in something out there. If it's not God, you don't believe in. I believe in something working for us, constantly teaching us lessons. And Oshaki, something has been working against you, dog. Something is there to provide some sort of adversity in your life. Maybe something to make you want to quit. Make you something to want to start doubting yourself or go into your old ways. And I don't know shit about your ways. I'm just throwing shit out there. Oshaki, there is something in your life that is working against you, dog. And just like you go in there and finish them 12 rounds and come out late in the fight, you got to keep fighting, dog, because the whole boxing world knows you won that fight last night. And I know it's hard to wake up on the Sunday morning the next day and realize you lost your belt to an injustice, because that's what this was. Now I'm about to throw up some numbers, and they don't look like a blown away performance. But anybody watching that fight knows that Oshaki was controlling every single round, doing what he wanted, confident, having fun, just to get it taken away. Shame on us for boxing for just talking about it for one day and letting it go next week. But Oshaki, I just want to make sure, dog, you know that boxing knows what happened. The community knows what happened. Stay grinding, dog, because your story is still being written, dog. I don't know what that is, but there's obviously a story being written for you, dog. So keep on grinding it out, because I love to watch you. I think you put on a hell of a performance. Let's take a look at these CompuBox numbers by the round, bro. Like, if you look at this and you didn't watch the fight, you would say, okay, it was a boring, close fight. A lot of people were complaining that it was boring. Oshaki wasn't doing enough. But you can look round by round. He's out jabbing him, outlanding him, better body punches, round by round. And I'm going to shoot up the scorecards as well, too. Like, you got this Paul Wallace, who gave Conceição the first 4 rounds. You have Anthony Lundy, who gave him rounds 3 all the way to round 8. That is absurd. I just want to know how you judge a fight, dog. We have the round by round numbers right here. He wasn't controlling the fight. Sometimes when a guy's less active, you can say, well, he's landing a more effective punches. But that wasn't the case last night. O'Shaquie wasn't getting touched. And look, the master of robberies, Tim Bradley, we all remember that Manny Pacquiao thing, was even shook. Dog, something needs to be done. Hey, salute to Conceição for coming out and making his fourth attempt at 35 years old. But I'm not really going to say congratulations, not because I'm going to shit on your resume or taking away from a win. But I'm going to say congratulations to Shakur Foster for a great performance against a savvy veteran. And, dog, it's just unfortunate. Like, something needs to happen in boxing. These guys do not realize it's not just one night. You got to get back to the drawing board. You got to start working boxing politics again to get back in that situation. Not everybody is blessed with Floyd Mayweather's name or Tank Davis's name, or you have to work for it. And O'Shaquie has done nothing but work for it just to get it taken away. I'm heartbroken for the kid, but I know he's going to bounce back because I know the dude got some grit in him. Big picture, though, bro. Like I said, Bam Rodriguez last week, beautiful performance before the knockout against Gallo. He was down on 2 scorecards, bro. Boxing got a problem, dog. We represent boxing. We're a voice. Our little platform we have here is a voice. What do you got to say?
I'm just stunned, bro. Like, I hurt for Shakur Foster and his team, bro, because when you build yourself up in anything, JJ, and we're talking about the professional sport of boxing as a champion, bro, you get paid the champion money, right?
Mm-hmm.
You as the champion and all of that, bro. And now with this robbery, he's not the champion, and it's no, and we don't know. It's not guaranteed that Conceição gonna give him a rematch, JJ, because I think he not signed with Top Rank or something.
Oh,
So
yeah.
that sucks, and it sucks also because everybody just want fighters another slug it out, right? When you got and this is the thing right here. Oh, Shakur Foster was right in the pocket all night against him. And you know, this the horrible people out there in the crowd was just booing. Like he wasn't standing right there making this guy miss looking like where did he go? Oh, did he go that way? Like with the punches, JJ. And I'm just speechless for this, man. I just feel bad. And it ain't nothing that we could do about it because at the end of the day, like you said, he woke up this morning, he not champion no more. He not guaranteed to get another shot at the belt. What you think the winner out of Navarrete and what's the other dude name?
But now, yeah.
No, and Navarrete and the dude who Shakur beat up.
No, not. But I tell you, sorry, bro, you caught me sleeping over here.
What's that other motherfucker? The motherfucker who he the champion now. He Shakur whooped his ass.
Valdez.
Valdez, yeah. So
Yeah.
they finna fight. So now, who you think they gonna want to fight? Is they gonna want to fight Robinson, Conceição, or is they gonna want to fight O'Shaquie Foster, bro? It's terrible, bro. Like I'm absolutely
And listen
stunned.
to us, dog. Listen to us. We sound defeated. We sound deflated. You know why? Because there ain't a goddamn, sorry for my language. I said goddamn thing we can do about it. And it's so frustrating, bro, because we see these guys come up. You see them coming up the amateur ranks. You see them going, working on, just working on their craft when they become pro. We see them go through the adversity, the politics, the tough fights, the sacrificing work and paychecks. Them first 10, 15 fights before you come champion, man, those paydays ain't doing shit. We see all of that. There is no sport like boxing. No sport like boxing. You can't just come out of college and go get a rookie contract. These guys are from the streets most of the time. These guys are boxing to feed their families most of the time. And to see something like this, bro. And look, dog, I have all the respect in the world for Bob Arum, but was it Bob Arum? O'Shaquie Foster's contract's running out. We saw the same thing happen with Pacquiao and Bradley when Pacquiao's contract was running out. It's an injustice. I'm not even going to say O'Shaquie not a champion because he woke up a champion. He woke up without a belt, but he's still a damn champion. and it's pathetic, dog. Desmond Johnson says, "I never get why boxing get non-sport people to be judges." That's true. Old people, non-sport people don't understand the sport. I guess I don't know, man. Uh, I remember, and they're not accountable. We should make the judges have to talk. I
I'm just saying, even a
let me
judge
just
who
say
had
this
them
real
win.
quick. I hit up Steve Weisfeld one time after he and I have had pleasant conversation after pleasant conversation after pleasant conversation, and I forget what fight it was. I think it was Teofimo Lopez. I forget. And I hit up Steve Weisfeld the next morning, and instead of responding to me, he blocked me. He blocked me, bro. These guys are not held accountable. Nobody has to talk to the judges. I want to hear how they come up with these scores. They got to look us in the eye or look at these cameras in the eyes and tell us how they come up, how they snatch somebody's dreams away from them, dog. It's horseshit. It's
even
injustice. It's terrible.
even with the judge having him winning 116 to 112, never should judge a fight again. Them judges should be reprimanded and never be able to judge a fight again. All three of them. Their career should be over with. Like, bro, they got paid a paycheck and went home happy.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
It ain't the fighter didn't, and it's just another day for them. They was just there, glamorous. I'm close to the fight. I get to see the
Yep.
fight. I'm finna get my paycheck. I can go home, and they come with that. You actually seen that happen in the ring? Oh, your eyes is bad. Your vision is off. So it's over with. That should be done.
All right, dog. Let's move it right along, bro. What do we have next? This morning. All right, so I had to take it for the team. I woke up. We did paper rock scissors. I woke up to ask crack of dawn to watch this fight, and I will just say this: we had Fernando Puma Martinez. Hold on, where's the picture at? Hold on, guys. I want to give y'all graphics to help with our YouTube algorithms. Hold up, Cray. Bear with me. Damn, I'm having a real hard time over here, dog. Here it is. Here it is. Here it is. All right, there it is. We have Fernando La Pumita Martinez against Kazuto Ioka. Ioka WBA champ 31-3. Martinez IBF champ 17-0, 9 knockouts. You know, a lot of people love Ioka. A lot of people were picking Martinez to come in and shock the man in his own backyard, bro. I'll tell you what, Corey. It was early, and I'm gonna touch on it real quick because the winner of this fight is getting Bam Rodriguez, and we just saw Bam Rodriguez with a sensational performance last week against Gallo Estrada. But Martinez came out, and I mean, this is a fight of the year candidate, and I know you hadn't had an opportunity to see it yet. I recommend everybody go check out this fight. 115 unification fight. It was a hell of a fight. Fight of the year candidate. That seventh round was a beautiful round, dog. And just a couple of takeaways I have from this. We have a unified champ. So many people do not watch the little guys fight. So when people start putting Inoue's name in pound for pound, oh, who has he fought though? Listen, dumbasses, pardon my French. It's not our fault you don't take the time to go watch these fights. Bam Rodriguez is fighting Martinez next time. And when y'all see this on the resume, because it ain't no flashy name, you're going to say, well, who has he fought? Go watch Martinez versus Ioka this morning. Find it on YouTube. Go find somewhere to stream it. Go check it out. Amazing fight. Ioka left it all on the table, but Martinez was just a little bit too much, a little bit more power, a little bit more guts, a little bit more pressure, and he won the fight unanimous decision. Dog, there's a super fight brewing between Martinez and Bam. And I'm just going to say this right now. Martinez got all the guts in the world, all the nuts in the world. But Martinez is your Mexican type fighter who's going to keep coming forward. Bam Rodriguez, like I told you on Ringside Report on the round table, Bam is special. Bam works angles. Bam relies on speed, power, and traps. I think he's going to be too much for Puma Martinez, but it's going to be a super fight. But for all you silly rabbits who go in there and say, who has he fought? Please go back and watch Martinez Ioka this morning before you open your mouth about Bam Rodriguez's next opponent. It was a hell of a fight. Corey, just based on what you hear, what we saw from Bam last week, and what I'm telling you about the fight, it's gonna be fireworks at 115,
Oh
dog.
no, I'm excited. Any fight Bam, man, because we know Bam, he really out here. He ain't trying to take no shortcuts. He built himself up. He know the stature that he at right now, and he ain't running from it. He running to it, and he looking for all competitors in it. And that's why people is saying his name a lot more, mentioning him in the pound for pound, whichever order they got it in. But when his name is floating around like that, that's showing you who Jesse Bam Bam Rodriguez is. I can't wait to catch this fight a little later on, to see Puma Martinez, to see what type of things that you're talking about. You saying it's exciting. I can't wait to see because I just seen Bam. I want to see Puma Martinez, and I want to see if Puma gonna be able to bring some things to this table that's gonna be able to offset some of them things that Bam Rodriguez do. But yeah,
I promise
I'm
you,
like
when you
you.
go back and watch it, dog, you're gonna be licking your chops. Like it's a fight for the ages, bro. So salute to I didn't say this on the round table, but salute to Bam for dismissing all the moving up to fight Inoue. Look, Bam's goal is to be undisputed at 115. Inoue fights at 122. The casual fan might say, well, what's 7 pounds? That's a lot to a 115 pounder. 7 pounds may not be a lot to your fat ass, but for a 115 pounder, not you, Corey. I'm talking about the fat ass. I'm saying, but 7 pounds to a 115 pounder is shit. It's almost 5% of your body weight, probably a little bit more. So Bam is going to dominate. Bam is going to have a hellacious fight against Puma, but I see Bam coming out on top because that kid is special, dog. And I got a
Anyway,
bold pick with you
yeah,
putting him at
122.
7 to 10. Bam needs to be one through
Yeah, I'm gonna
five.
tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why because I can't put him over. Like I don't even really know if he even 7 through 10.
Come
Like he
on,
might be
man.
number 10 or 9
No,
because you
no,
still got
no,
Better Beef out there. You still got what's the other light heavyweight name?
better be Bevo.
Better Beef, Bevo. You still got them guys out there. So no, Bam, okay, congratulations, but no, not yet.
All right, dog. All right, we're almost done with this list. Before we get to closing it out with Zepeda, I had next. What the fuck? Oh shit, we forgot. I didn't bring anything up from Mosley and Daniel
Oh
Jacobs.
yeah,
Let's talk about it real quick. Just go through it because I don't have no pictures or nothing to talk about Sugar Shane Mosley Jr. Sugar Shane Mosley Jr. Let me start it off. We've been seeing Sugar Shane Mosley Sr., the legend, the Hall of Famer, the badass, come out and talk a lot of shit against Oscar for not putting Junior on the platform and on the pedestal. Dog, my response to Mosley would be he's put you on the cards. He's put you on the cards. That's exposure. That's the opportunity to shine. He's giving you the opportunity. Oscar De La Hoya is not going to lie and say, yeah, what y'all saw, but he's going to be great, I promise, because of his daddy. He's giving you opportunity after opportunity. Yesterday, you had an opportunity to take out respectfully to Daniel Jacobs because I think the world of Daniel Jacobs, but Daniel Jacobs is not the same anymore. He's old. He's gone through a shit ton in his career. Salute to Daniel Jacobs, but he's just not the same. Yesterday was a perfect opportunity for Mosley to just look great and dominant, put him on a platform, and I'm just walking around saying, meh. Do you think Mosley, with a name like Danny Jacobs on his resume, is a name to be reckoned with at 168 pounds? Maybe Canelo fighting the fights he's been fighting lately. We might see him against Canelo one day. Who the hell knows? What are your thoughts?
no, absolutely not. I mean, Sugar Shane. You want to talk about Oscar? What are you doing, sir? Is you in the lab with your son, showing him things that he needs to do to make himself a more exciting fighter? Because no, it's not going to kick it. So no, I have no thoughts in the madness of even if he on the card. Yeah, I'm gonna watch it, but I don't want to. It's nothing that just pops off the brain. I want to see Sugar Shane Mosley Jr.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Thought the world of Sugar Shane Mosley Sr. Great guy, whatever. Hey, but listen, man, you can't be. You use Oscar De La Hoya to get super famous at one time. You can't use him to get super famous 2 times, dog. Go out there and do some shit. Get your son prepared. The disrespect For all and listen, I got a lot of shit to say about Oscar De La Hoya, but Oscar De La Hoya gave Sugar Shane Mosley Jr. a chance because his name is Sugar Shane Mosley. And for Sugar Shane Mosley Sr. to be here saying all these things about he don't respect my son is no, dog. He put you on the roster for a reason because your name is Mosley. Now it's time for Sugar Shane Jr. to show up, and he just hasn't. So much that I hadn't even put up no pictures on him. But let's keep it moving. One more fight before the Zepeda fight. I don't want to spend too much time on it because you know how I feel about these crazy ass fights. But Masvidal, Nate Diaz rematch in the boxing this time. They had the baddest MNFer in the cage. Masvidal came out with the win, but yesterday Diaz was victorious in a ugly fight. Diaz won. He was more active. He was pressing the fight. Masvidal landed the better shots. You got any takeaway from this, Corey, for the UFC and the fans?
No, just salute to them, for rematching in the boxing ring, just salute to them for being the warriors that they've been for a long time and having the chance to go in the boxing ring, on that card and able to do what they do. So, I just salute to them. I'm fans of them guys. I'm not going to sit up here and be like, oh, I expected. I'm so sad that it looked like this. No, it was expected to look like that.
Yeah, no doubt. And I'll just throw this out there, and I know you're not gonna like this, but them UFC guys, bro, why they gotta keep coming to the sweet science to make the real paychecks, bro? I know everybody loves the UFC, then why they gotta come over here to our sport to make the real money, to set their family up? They go and take their beatings in the cage, and then they come here and use boxing to get their name up.
I guess because they better athletes than boxers, because
shut the hell up.
Not only can they wrestle, excuse me, sir. Not only can they wrestle and do jiu-jitsu and all the other martial arts, they actually know how to box too. So
they know how to box. That's what you called yesterday. They know how to box. They know how to put boxing gloves on.
I mean, arguably, Ngannou should have beat Tyson Fury. That's what a lot of people say.
All right. Let's get on to Zepeda, dog. Let's close it out. Finishing the show for us, and then on the DAZN Golden Boy card yesterday, we had 30-0 William Zepeda, number one ranked across the board on all four organizations. Number one contender against a tough, tricky Giovanni Cabrera. Bro, I thought this was going to be an awkward looking fight. We talked about it on the round table. You picked Zepeda by knockout, and I changed my pick to Zepeda by knockout. Cabrera was looking decent in round one, bro. He was keeping him in mid range. He wasn't letting him get inside, but it was a matter of time before Zepeda adjusted. His volume of work is just untouched. Can't nobody come close to it. He gets the third round knockout with a devastating body shot. Let's talk on William Zepeda, number one contender for all the belts. Golden Boy's number one star right now. What are you thinking, dude?
Yeah, I expected this. I expected him to look like that against Gio. Zepeda is a monster, bro. Only person in this division that I'll be worried about Zepeda with is Tank, because Tank got that superhuman power, right? But anybody else, man, and even Tank I'll be worried about, because like the way Zepeda work, it's not just him working throwing punches. He actually hit hard too, Jay. Right. He's gonna be a tough cookie for anybody out there. Now, while Shakur Stevenson talking, that's the fight right there, Shakur. Like, he number one ranked in your division. That's the fight right there. Like the guy in Artem, which we're not talking about, he wasn't ranked in the division, JJ. I don't think I've seen it.
I don't know. He might be. I don't think so.
He might have been ranked in some division, but like Zepeda, that's a fight right there, and that's a tricky fight for Shakur. That's a problem. That's a fight that I don't know. I don't know if Shakur could beat Zepeda. I really don't know, because of the punch output. And Zepeda ain't just a guy who just throw punches. He accurate with his shit. I mean, I'm not saying that Shakur can't win, but I'm saying the type of output that Zepeda do, Is Shakur gonna be able to keep up with that for as defensively as responsible as he is? I don't know. I know he'll be favored, but I can't. I don't know, JJ. That's a tricky fight to me. That's a 50-50 fight.
Look, dog, and and I think had you had this conversation with me a year ago, I'd have told you out your goddamn mind, right? But look, earlier I compared Shakur Stevenson to the Baltimore Ravens. Let's take it a step further. Let's call Zepeda the greatest show on turf in them St. Louis Rams that same year, where they were just lighting up the scoreboard and the stat sheet. I know boxing ain't football, but since I already made the comparison, a Shakur Stevenson fight, brilliant defense, brilliant defense. Sounds like Ray Lewis and them Ravens against a Zepeda throwing 1,000+ punches a night consistently, and not just throwing punches, like you said, precision shots, active, not getting tired, conditioning impeccable. He's the St. Louis Rams offensive power. It's going to be the classic superpowered offense versus a super defensive fight. We know defense wins championships. That's what the saying and the slogan is. So I think Shakur wins that fight, but still, dog, it's a fight that,
I
like you
don't
said,
know.
Zepeda can take that skill set
I don't
to
know.
any one of the champs, dog. Even
I
Tank
don't.
Davis.
I
Even
don't
Tank
know
Davis.
because Zepeda ain't gonna be like Arthur was last night. Zepeda ain't gonna do that. Like, and to be honest, Shakur, like I know I try to make an argument with him, but we know he ain't got the biggest punch. So he not gonna be able to just push Zepeda back like that unless he just overwhelms Zepeda, which I don't think that he's gonna be able to do. Will he be able to pick Zepeda? Yeah. But are you gonna be able to keep it up for 12 rounds with the type of pressure he put on? And like I say, these American fighters, that's why I think a lot of fighters across the pond are caught up with him. They start thinking too much of themselves, bro. While these fighters across the pond are really putting in work, they don't think, oh, I'm the best. Oh, they think they're the best, but they don't come out here and just like be with all the extra stuff like these American fighters do, bro. And when I say Cameron, William Zepeda is the epitome of that. And I'm telling you, I don't put this guy down against nobody. I think the person who has the best chance to beat him is Tank Davis because of his punching ability. But everybody else in that division, he will be a problem for. I'm telling you, Jay.
Shout out to Mike Ramirez. He said Shakur needs to go to Mexico and train with Mexican style. Shit. And Nico, yeah, he already got the defense shit. Well, dog, we're gonna go ahead and wrap up an incredible weekend of boxing. Again, 2024 showing up, showing out, giving us fights after fights after fights. Look, we got Boots Ennis coming up this week against David Avanesian. We've talked about Avanesian. We'll jump on a little bit later this week, but just right off the bat, what are your thoughts about Boots and Avanesian next weekend?
I don't really care about that fight. I think Boots should dominate. I don't want to see like everybody always getting on Shakur about not fighting and doing this. Like Avanesian is a guy who ain't supposed to be in that ring with this so-called guy who got next in Boots Ennis. I don't want to see Boots Ennis coming here and knowing that everybody is saying he is the superior fighter. He needs to go in there and act like that so people can start talking about him like that. Even though it is David Avanesian. We need you to go in here and get this guy out of here early. This is the time because they say you got he the one who got punching power. We know Shakur ain't got punching power, right? So we should expect Shakur to go to a lot of decisions. That's why I don't knock Shakur going to decisions, right? This guy right here, they say he got punching power. They say he got all these abilities. They say he like a thief in the night. I'll do anything for that book. So they say he one of them, JJ. So I want to see him come in here and show that. I don't want to see it go in here and see this fight look subpar. If Boots, if you the real deal, you go in here and show you the real deal in this fight. Point blank, period.
Ditto. Agreed. That's all I got to say about it. What you just said about it. All right, everybody, one more time, just as a reminder, we got Kid Austin coming on Tuesday. We got and recently moved up to number 2 on the WBO rankings at 135, Kid Austin. We're sitting right behind Zepeda. So at any given point, we called him our 2023 He Got Next fighter. He should be fighting for strap soon. And then Thursday, we got the GOAT, the beautiful, the lovely Miss Clarissa Shields ahead of her July 27th heavyweight match as she attempts to do the unthinkable. Shout out to the GOAT. And then also, like I said, check out on the bottom. Please be sure you're following all of our social medias. If you find it in your heart to throw out something to the Cash App, that show will be cool too. And damn, Corey, I think that was a good show after a busy week. Anything you want to close out with, my guy?
TSB, all them platforms down there, everybody, please just take 5 seconds. Well, just take a minute of your time because it won't take nothing but a whole 60 seconds to go to all them platforms that will scrolling across the bottom and go subscribe to all of them.
All right, episode 70 wrapped up, bro. You take it easy. Tell family hello. I'll holler at you later.
Look, likewise, my boy.
This is JJ Solomon.
This from Ray Bradshaw, Mr. RTBA. Mr. These boys can't touch me on my worst day. And this is the Spit Bucket Podcast.